Hey everyone, so in this section we're going to be creating a simple logo using text and icons that we find online. I find that a lot of people when they're starting their own brand, they get really excited about creating a logo for their brand, but they don't have the design skills to create something of their own from scratch, which you would typically do in something like Adobe Illustrator. Or they might not have enough money to pay someone to create a nice looking logo, whether you're using 99designs.com or hiring a freelance graphic designer of your own. So I think it would be cool to be able to create a great looking icon yourself just using text, basic shapes, and icons. And here I have just a group of some of the top businesses and their logos. And what you will see if you look through all of these is that it's really text-based. Most of these companies just have either just a text-based logo or a text-based logo with a little icon. There are only a few. I see Apple here. There's TiVo, even though TiVo has the text in there. You have Adobe, which is really big icon, smaller text. But Apple really is the only one that just has that Apple as their logo. You have Oracle too down below. But I think that is important to know because a lot of people start to create their logos and they think they have to be very intricate, having all these shapes and layers and all these different things going on. But when you look at logo design theory of the biggest and most prominent brands that have the logos that stand out, they typically are just text or very, very simple if they do have an icon. Netflix, PayPal, these are the ones that I've noticed lately, specifically Netflix. Beautiful logo, very, very simple. And so I think the basic logo design theory principle that I want to get across to you is that simple is typically better. And you don't have to be a crazy designer to design some of these logos. A lot of these are just the choice of font that you use and the spacing of the lettering. Now, there's a lot that goes into that, and whoever designed these logos will tell me that it's taken them years and years of education to get to the point where they are to create something like this. But I think anyone could create a nice looking logo in Photoshop, and that's what this little section is all about. So let's go ahead and start your project. I typically like to start my logo projects as a 2000 by 2000 pixel project. So just go up to File, New, and go to 2000 by 2000. We're going to be creating sort of a square-based logo because this is what you'll be uploading to all your social media profiles, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All these have square-based logos. You will want a longer logo for other uses for on your website, but you can typically just take what we have and space it out differently or just use the text for your long logo. What we are actually going to be creating, if I show you, is going to be this right here, Backroads Cyclery. Very simple logo. Took me about 10 minutes to create using icons that I found online, a couple shapes, and text. And I like the circle of it. So it's a circle-based logo that has to do with the cycle wheels and everything as well. And I just like it. So we're going to be recreating this in a 2000 by 2000 pixel project. So in the next lesson, we're going to be looking at icons and adding those icons and starting out your shapes in the project. Again, you can download the resources, the project file from the lesson if you want in the very first lesson of this section and use that to follow along. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.